Yeah. There he goes.
Oh my God, look at that! Look at that toad!
The squirmy worm is an effective and very deadly fly.
What's up, guys? My name's Brian,
And I'm Jeff.
and you're watching Empire Let's rip some lips.
This video is brought to you in part by Upstate Excursions and by Black Dog Outdoor Sports.
How's it going, Coldwater Nation? Welcome back to the channel, and you guys are just watching Empire Coldwater. As you can see, we have a little bit of a different setup for you guys today. Usually, in the past, 6-8 months or so, we've been pretty short format, doing the fly tying videos and everything. But we decided to mix it up for you, because even we felt that was getting a little monotonous, I guess you could say. We're not usually... Yeah, I mean, we're not usually fans of long format like this, but we need something different, so we're going to give this a try. Some of you that were here at the time probably remember this series. I had a great time filming this, and this was my favorite video that I've filmed probably during that time the channel was open. So we're going to react to our own handiwork, I guess you could say. See how we've changed, see what we like. And there's a lot of things that happened going into this and setting it up that you guys just have no idea. So
yeah, so you guys are going to get some background information, some Q&A stuff, a couple little tidbits here and there, stuff that we didn't really show, more information based on the video. So there are spoilers. Be forewarned, there are spoilers. If you want to go watch the video and then come back to this one, there'll be a link in the description. Feel free to come back and let's do that.
highly recommend.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend watching the uncut version of this. But we're going to go through this video and kind of talk about what worked for us, what didn't work for us, what we were doing at the time, so on and so forth. Some of the background context of what was going on.
And there's no edits. This whole thing is one uninterrupted cut of us doing whatever we're doing here. So
we're going to jump right into the video and let's get going.
All right.
How's it going, Coldwater Nation? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Maine, and welcome to Acadia National Park. This
Beautiful
is
place.
what will probably be
Oh yeah, 100%. Beautiful place.
of this series up here in Maine. And the goal today is to catch one of the famous native brook trout that call Acadia National Park home. But I am not alone on my endeavors today.
No, I am not.
Because somebody
Surprise.
said that the temptation of these brook trout were just too much to handle. So, Jeff is here with me.
I had a much more defined beard at the
This
time.
man literally drove
Yeah. God, we
8
do look
hours
3 years
from
younger
New
in
York
this.
yesterday to get up here,
Jeez, yeah, 3 years.
just
It's
so that we
crazy.
could spend a weekend in
So
beautiful
the thing that a
Acadia
lot of
National
people
Park
don't know
looking for
about
these brook
this
trout.
is that we, or at least I
And,
took inspiration
maybe
for the
something
goal of
else
this
we got a
video from
little bit
another
of a
creator.
surprise for him tomorrow too, but that'll
All
be a
credit
different
to him. He
video.
did a great job doing it too.
So,
Feel free to
all I
check him
can
out
say
too.
for you
First Day
guys
Fishing. He did
is,
this first, and I was going to be
I
there,
hope
so
you're
I was
ready
like,
because
let's
I've been
do
wanting
it.
to do this
Gonna
video
be
for
here.
a long time,
See if we can do it
and
too.
me and Jeff are going to put our all into making it the best one we've got.
That gunfire edit was completely random. That was actually a mistake. That was literally just the audio. That was not me actually putting that in there.
You didn't get very far, did you?
That was beautiful.
Is it brown?
We're on what? Probably number 3 version of intro.
Yeah. Still,
This is the more refined one, but I think we're on a better one now than what we used to have. Because this was, oh
Yeah,
god,
there you go,
remember when I had hair that long? Jesus Christ. I was riding a fucking mohawk in school or something.
No way.
I remember when you told me you cut it off. I was like, oh god, what's it going to look like now? 'Cause I'd never seen you without long hair.
Look at the length of the hair on that dude. Look at the length of the hair on that dude. What you guys don't even know is that's one of Brian's friends right
What's
there
up, guys?
too.
My name's Brian.
And I'm Jeff.
By the
And
way,
you're watching Empire
you're
Coldwater.
bringing in that
Let's rip
fish
some
that
lips.
way, that's my net, and it is still bent to this day.
Yeah, but that wasn't our fault. That was actually a friend of yours' fault.
Yeah.
And by Black Dog Outdoor Sports. They still support us. It's crazy.
Yep.
In
They're
3
great.
years.
They're great guys.
Okay, time to get started.
Ah, that
We're gonna
terrible
be here
Dick's
the
rod.
whole day. It's gonna be great. Starting off here at Eagle Lake, and right over there is Cadillac Mountain, the highest point in the park.
Yep. Geographically wise, Eagle Lake is right in the middle of
Just
Acadia.
figuring Eagle Lake,
So
kinda
starting right in the
central
middle, heart of the
location,
park.
closer to town.
Yeah, you're saying that right now.
But-
Central Park close to town.
Start off with a spoon, see what's in here, and we'll go from there.
I still have that rod, that $20 Dick's rod that I had to buy because I couldn't bring rods with me.
I still fit in the shirt that I had 3 years ago. Yeah, of course
Yeah.
that didn't work. We were there for what?
Okay.
Several hours?
We
Yeah, we
have
spent a lot of the first
moved
day here.
Yeah, of course, yeah,
about a
we've
quarter
moved.
mile down the edge of the lake here.
We were
To
also
this
at that point. We
wonderful
thought we
point
had to explain everything.
that has
So
Yeah.
much deeper water, which should be very helpful.
Well, yeah, it was really hot that day, wasn't it? It was,
that
What?
first day was brutal. Yeah, it was in the 90s.
I don't know if it was the 90s. I thought it was like 80 something, but still, it was really warm for Maine. Really warm for Maine.
Yeah, especially coastal Maine. It made it so humid.
I mean, we were out there casting and casting and casting.
Yeah, we probably spent 3 or 4 hours just at Eagle Lake.
I think we spent more there than 3 or 4 hours, but
This is still Eagle Lake, just
Yeah.
about the inlet.
this is still Eagle Lake, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have one of your favorite parts of the video coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Infamous scene,
rip.
even though no one really commented about it. We
Around the
joked
side
with
of
each
the
other
leaves.
about it for
Nice.
months on this one.
Yeah, we'll see if they catch it here. There he goes. He's walking away. Where's
Just
he
trying to get
go?
to another advantageous fishing spot.
I think I might want to start up that way and pull it across.
Yeah.
10 minutes later.
Fucking Billy Goat Jeff out in the middle of the rocks.
Weeds.
Jeez, yeah.
There's no land there either. Those are just reeds, and there's water next to them.
Yeah, I'm just walking on rocks, guys. I'm literally just walking on jutted rocks. God, that was so stupid. I don't even know why I did that.
I don't know. It was funny.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever live that down. Of course, I'll never do it again.
And now we go somewhere else. Yep.
Yeah, after like futzing around for several hours, not catching anything.
This is one of your favorite edits still to
Yeah.
this day.
No, I loved this scene here with the tunnel and the music. It always hits home for me. I loved this kind of content. I loved doing the slow-mos.
And now we get to the exploration part. We went so far into the woods for some of these places.
Oh my God, this creek was an absolute hike to get to, and there was people there. That was the thing that was killing me. It's like there was
Yeah,
people
this
there.
This one, there,
This
that
pocket
bridge,
looks
that arched
Pretty
bridge right
good,
there.
let's see.
There were people on the bridge. So not
Yeah,
so
they
much
were
this-
looking down at us like,
Oh,
"What are you
yeah.
doing?"
Yeah, and not so much this pool. This pool was pretty close to the bridge, but it was down such a steep embankment.
Now
Um,
that
Later
There's a
on,
place
we
that
are
could hold the
so
brook
far
up
in the
for
woods.
sure.
Later on, it's just
now, guys, here's the thing.
And this
Brook
was
trout,
really tough
unlike
though.
other types of trout,
We
do
fished
not
this
pull up
spot
in the
for
same way. So,
probably just as long as we fished
while
Eagle
this is
Lake,
a
this
very
tiny
nice
little
place,
pool, and then
and
we
we're
traveled
likely to
down
probably
creek
find at least
a
one in there,
while still.
yeah.
it's very
And,
possible that is the only
The
one
fact that
in
we
there if
didn't
catch
catch
it.
anything here was just so
And
deflating.
that's going to be the way of things when
Yeah.
we're fishing the little brooks like this.
Because like I'm saying, there's probably if there was a
If
fish
one
in
of
there,
us
there's probably
gets one,
one, and that would have been the only one.
That's probably the only one we're getting for that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was lugging around all of my fly fishing gear
So,
and everything else to do this as
in the
well.
interest of getting the brook trout
And
caught
this right here.
as soon as we can, I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Cheat is an
I went and I
understatement.
bought some trout magnets, which it's not something you guys have heard me talk
Which we
about
we
before,
really need
but
to do a
Joseph heard me
definitive
talk about
video
before.
on whether or not trout magnets
It's
are
not
better
something
than
that
a
I
true
know
fly
they work.
fishing box.
It's just, it feels like cheating sometimes. But we're here for one day, so I'm going to cheat.
Maybe that's something if you guys were interested in, we could do in
Only
the
a little
future.
bit.
So we could do trout magnets versus fly fishing box. See who wins.
Well,
Yeah.
How the hell am I gonna use a fly rod all in the middle of the woods here?
I could use a 5-foot here.
I suppose.
These little arguments we get into all the time. It's not even
Alright,
arguments.
trout
It's just kind of funny.
I am
Yeah.
gonna use the
banter.
silverhead because that's probably something they'd be used
Well,
to
the other
seeing.
thing too is I didn't have my fly set up. I've been up here
Color
in
silver.
Maine for 2.5 months at this point on internship, and I had to buy all fresh
Oh,
gear
the
up here
trout
because I couldn't
fluoro.
bring any with me.
Here we
Talking
go
about-
talking about P-line again. God.
Oh yeah, this is the 5-weight. Yeah.
Okay.
No, just pause for an advertisement for
camera flying about
P-line.
this
Please
far behind
sponsor
us
us.
so Yeah.
No, not actually, but if you want to, we wouldn't say no.
Well, I
In
mean,
case you guys
you're not
don't,
wrong. I opened the
we
box,
have
and
a
that's all
variety
that's in
of lines that
there.
we support, but
Where is
I
it?
still have that
this
box.
is the
That's what I
tactical-
need is the 6
So do I.
pound.
This is the
Yeah.
tactical 8.
Right. But it's good stuff. It does what we need it to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if you've probably seen us use this box about 1,000,000 times on the channel. I'll hold it up so you guys can see it. But
Jeez.
we are
I still
a
have
big
mine, too.
component of P-line. I mean, that stuff we caught big fish, little fish. It doesn't really matter. They can't see it. Fluorocarbon, especially their fluoro clear line, has just been the best for us. It's been amazing.
yeah. And I know that there are people out here that you see the poundage on the line and you think that's what you're gonna get out of it. I tell you what. Me and
Yeah,
Jeff both
this stuff
have
is crazy
landed
stuff. P-line has
20
been
plus pound fish
really good.
on
Really
10
good
pound
for
test
us.
line. Like,
Yeah, my
My first
biggest
salmon
lake
was on
trout,
8.
yeah.
so like 38-inch lake trout, she weighed probably 23 pounds.
10-pound salmon,
The
but
tippet on the end of my line was 8-pound
8-pound line.
fluorocarbon from
Yeah,
P-line.
king salmon on 8 pound line.
I got my personal best king salmon on 8-pound line
Yeah, we
because my
already-
personal best actually changed after this video because before this video I had a 30-something, and
I
then
will
the
put
next
I'll put it in the description for you guys. You can
salmon
see,
season
back
after this,
pressure.
I caught my new personal best, which is 22.5 pounds king salmon male, and it had 22.5 inches of girth on it. So, you know.
a double uni to tie them together.
Now we're talking about knots again.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you still use a double uni? I don't use a double uni anymore. I mostly use surgeon's knots now.
No, if I'm connecting
this
two lines
fish
together that are both plastic-based lines, I'm going to use an uni knot, the double uni knot.
An ambush hunter.
Yeah.
So
I've changed a little bit. I used to use a double
you see
uni.
me coming a mile away.
Now I use a surgeon's loop.
It's
I do
a
a
mile away.
surgeon's loop or I do an Orvis
Fluorocarbon
knot.
Is
Yeah.
invisible underwater.
If I'm doing smaller lines right now,
so you won't see
like my
anything
fly lines and stuff, I'll use a blood knot.
besides the lure.
Yeah, that works
And
too.
that's the point.
Blood knot or a
See-
nail knot.
Yeah, and we're both Boy Scouts, so we're just going to sit here talking about
But
knots
this
forever.
is not universally true. Once you get to larger poundages of fluorocarbon, like if you get above 10 pounds, at that point, it will start to produce some glare and then be visible as more of a shadow in the water, which
See, at this point, I
It's
think
fine for
technology's
fish
gotten
that
so
don't
good
care
that
about the
even
stuff that
our
we do.
statement here is not really true
That's not
or
gonna
holds
fly.
true anymore because I think you
Alright,
can
now
get
that I
10
have the
poundage
fluorocarbon on
as fluorocarbon that is just basically clear at this point.
Yeah, you have to get tack or stealth line, though.
Yeah, that's true. You do have to get
I will
tactical
tie
stealth.
this
You don't need
a
tactical
big
stealth for salmon though, because salmon are
jig
just
on there.
they'll snap
There's-
at pretty much everything.
They're so dumb, they don't care. And here I'm using the knot that I've been using forever
Yeah.
to attach to the end.
More than enough
Yeah,
water
polymer, right?
Polymer knot,
to
yeah.
hide.
At least one brook trout.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
more than
me,
enough water to
I
hide the prize.
I always suck at tying these polymer knots.
I don't know,
They
the
never
helper
end
might-
up
might
right
do
on
some
me,
work for
so
you.
I just use a standard
But what I'm gonna do
clinch knot, you know.
is get right down
Improved
here.
flinch, yeah.
toss
And we've
this
gotten
right
better
in the
about
current.
this too. Like we don't encroach on the water as much as we were 3 years ago. We would have probably stood a good 2 foot away from the water and cast into it at this point, you know. This was kind of rookie mistake. If there was a fish here, they would have seen us and would have probably bolted.
Yeah, it's live and learn, so.
Yeah.
This place was good, though. It was nice and cool. Got us out of the sun.
Oh yeah, this was such a relief. We got down here, and I think there was literally a 10-degree like air temperature difference between the top and the bottom of the basin.
Yeah. A little farther down is an understatement.
Yeah, a lot farther down. We're talking like probably
Walking around trying to find
What?
a spot.
we walked probably what, a mile?
Mile or two
I heard
back,
Jeff
yeah.
yelling at me from further up. Says he found the mother lode or something.
I did not.
No, he did not. It was a nice pool, but
Ooh, yeah, I see what he's talking about now.
This pool definitely should have had a trout. This was so disappointing that it didn't.
this is amazing. Considering where it is, we actually find them. Like this, there should have been fish in here.
There should have been a trout in
Dude,
here.
if there's
Even
not
even
something
if we had
here,
spooked it off,
I don't think
there should have been a trout in
if
here.
there's not
And the
something
fact is,
here,
just
I don't think
wasn't
this one's gonna
anything.
Be the one to get it for us.
Like, this is the most perfect pool way back in the woods. There's no way. And it just didn't produce a fish.
So at this point, what we did, we actually went back to town pretty dejected. Actually stopped off to get some lunch at an Irish pub. Which, fun fact here, the pub that we stop at apparently is the closest Irish pub to Ireland in the United States. That was kind of cool.
Yep. And
And
then,
then we
went.
got here.
And then we went. We found this pool after getting a parking ticket and being really deflated.
Had to wait there for 45 minutes because there was a family and a dog swimming around in here. But we're so stubborn. We're just like, we already walked all the way
I have
out
no
here.
idea what it was, but yes,
We don't want to go back to the car right now.
you could just.
And
feel
that ended up
something
being
and then
the best decision we
like
ever
the
made.
vibration.
Yep. We didn't know if this was panfish. We didn't know if this was whatever it was. But you can see the water is like really murky right now.
That was just excited.
watch a little bit further in the video. The water clears up a whole bunch, and when it clears up, the water turned on, and I mean,
Well, yeah, the
this
water-
was so freaking cool.
Yeah, the water was so dirty because of that dog and those kids swimming around. They're kicking up all the silt. So I was just really happy to feel something hit the line. I had no idea what it was, but we're gonna find out what it was in a second here.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I mean, we were
my God, I
catching
caught one.
itty bitty things,
Yes.
but
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's so tiny, but I caught one.
there we
Oh
go,
my gosh,
guys. That is a juvenile
Well, yeah,
brook trout.
but we did.
That made my whole
We
day, dude.
accomplished what we came here for.
The
It's
fact
it's the
you
first
guys
one.
will see this a little later, but the fact that
A wild brook
That
trout from Acadia National Park.
is not just your normal brook trout. That is a
Victory, buddy.
sea run.
Oh
brook
my gosh,
trout.
I'm so happy.
I don't
They're
think
all
we
like
could have
this.
gotten any closer to a natural char as we did, because many people
No,
may
not
not
even
know
char.
this, but a brook trout is not a brook trout. It's
Yeah.
actually a char,
Yeah.
which puts it in the
Related-
same family as most salmon.
Yep, and it also makes it so that their closer relative is actually the Arctic char, which one of the only places in the U.S. where you can catch those is also in Maine. So that's kind of something that I think both of us want to be able to do at some point.
Yeah, especially if we were able to go do fly fishing for it, that'd be epic.
But that's a whole different type of fishing. That's you fly out on a bush plane, they leave you there for like 2 weeks. So,
Yep. But these guys were hungry. When we finally got into them, we caught what, 12 between the two of us?
9.
Got one.
9?
Got one. Got one. Got one.
Yeah.
Net.
No, I think it was 9 or 10. But
Yeah, I think it was 5 each, wasn't it?
I gotta
Yeah.
keep it in the water. Or it's gonna pop off. That is such
yeah,
a
because
beautiful fish. Oh my
the
God.
tackle that I had was too big.
Yeah.
I was finessing these fish.
Oh my gosh.
But some of the ones we caught were of decent size. Like we caught,
Yeah.
like that one was, yeah, we said it was 9 inches. It probably just
Isn't
about that.
Yeah, nice male, and we use that clip.
Oh yeah, we use that all the time. If you guys haven't noticed, that is the ending clip. There's a reason why that's the ending clip on our videos all the time. We love that clip
And he's gonna stay there for a little bit.
because this is still in our hearts, probably one of our favorite moments of all time.
And I'm so happy.
Yeah,
I
it was
did
great.
Now it's Jeff's turn.
Yeah, I caught 2, so now he can catch fish.
Oh yeah, he's going ahead and he's setting up the B-roll. I just get my fly rod
Get it
going.
right there. Guys,
I didn't even have a
that's
chance to
what
turn the
Jeff
camera
asked
on.
me to
Like, it's not even recording, that B-roll camera.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
B-roll
even have-
camera's just sitting there. It's not even recording.
I didn't even have a chance to do it. He just was like, "Oh, there's fish right there."
But no hook set.
Yeah.
This is me also being kind of a
I got
noob
mine.
at fly fishing
Very happy
because
with this.
I would have my
Happened to
fly
me
tip now.
is
I'd have
mine,
the tip of my rod closer to the water,
I'm taking
so that I had a
step
more
back
direct
just to get his.
strip. Because when you're stripping your line, you're trying to stay in contact with your fly,
I can
and
do it.
I should have had a much tighter system there. That's why I missed the hook set on that.
Well, where you were
Let's go.
standing from the land to the water, there's
Fuck yeah,
probably a
let's
3-foot
Catch that
drop.
one.
So
Oh, that's
Yeah, but I still could have held my rod tip a little lower.
I can barely get
like
down.
here,
here.
I can barely get my arm down there because it's like a 4-foot drop to the water. But
It hit it as soon as it hit the water.
Jeff caught one.
Oh my god.
Look how small it is.
I was so
Look at the
tired
size
at this
of the fly,
point.
though.
I was so tired
Beautiful
at this
little
point.
Wild trout.
Gorgeous.
yeah, this day, it was 100% worth it. But this day was something else.
It went from 0 to 100 real fast.
All right. Well,
And once we were into it, we were just
you got
we were
one
here.
too.
And what everybody's not really seeing is we were wetting our hands a
We both got
lot.
one. Mission
That was a
accomplished.
comment that we got. It was like you should try wetting your hands before you handle the fish. It's
I
like
gotta try this
we
now.
did that.
I was
Like
waiting
we're
for you to
not
catch one because I just
we're not new at this,
You were
and we're
gonna
not
catch
trying
one
to
on your
sound
fly,
ignorant
it was
either.
gonna be you first.
Not ignorant, arrogant. We're not trying to sound arrogant either.
That is
It's just
fucking
that's not.
magic.
We just felt that it was boring, so we cut it out. I mean,
Yeah,
Come down here,
but we were wetting our hands between everything.
'cause he was
Yeah.
chasing it right around the
And this is Brian trying to get used to casting a fly line again.
Okay.
6 months of not casting a fly line,
Also,
and then it's wait
Yeah.
forward fly line to boot.
Oh,
And
that was, dude.
yeah, like
these
that was
trout
horrible.
were crazy.
That was horrible. Like, what did
That
I
was
do there?
nuts.
That was a horrible cast, but it still produced a fish.
That was right.
Still
No, I
moved a
mean, when I-
fish.
No, I'm talking about when it hit and I just like lifted
Dude,
the rod
that
up.
was meaty.
Oh
What the
yeah,
hell?
yeah. You should have strip set that.
Yeah.
Should have given it a second. I think that was another flaw that we were running into is we were not giving them a second to eat, so we were stripping the fly out of their mouth on them breaking the water, not them actually sinking below the water. If we'd given it a second of hesitation, we
see.
probably would have caught a
I
handful
haven't
more fish that
Dry
day.
flies so long.
Probably.
that-
But this is all
was
stuff we've
bad.
learned and
Yeah.
now we know how
Yeah,
to do it a little better. Can't say
Yeah,
I'm
we're
great
just
at it, but I try.
We also stopped doing this a lot. The whole jump cut thing with the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever.
Yeah, we just cut now. We don't even really do the jump cut. We just kind of move around.
We stopped doing that,
Yeah,
which I think is for the best.
yeah.
See, my technique's starting to come back now because I got my rod tip on the water's surface. But
Yeah, I wasn't doing that. I should have been doing that, but oh, that one came right out for it. I didn't even notice that.
yeah,
I've
and I
watched this
screwed
video
up.
like 3 times. I've never seen that. That
Yeah,
fish
and I
actually like committed to that.
And I
Yeah.
really screwed up that hook set. So
Yeah,
was my
that's
fault.
even worse, right?
Yeah.
And I was also, I think it was up closer to
Oh,
the
they're hitting
shore,
over here.
right? I was messing around with a trout magnet.
Yeah, you were
That one?
screwing around with my rod
Yep, you got one.
because I actually strip set it like I was supposed to.
And the funny part was they were hitting these
It's a
caddis.
baby.
They were hitting this caddis super aggressively. There wasn't even a hatch going on.
Yeah, I got impatient there. Just like I'm just gonna lift him up, and put him in the net.
Finally.
Well, you didn't want to lose that tight line connection.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Get right up close and then I
That
can
lobing
capture
is
the bait
amazing.
later.
Just the lobing, the side lobing on these fish was incredible. And these fish were fat and happy for their size.
And they all shot right back out into the pond. So
Yeah.
Spunky little fish.
It's not even just a little pond. Like that water was moving. You might not assume it, but that water was actually moving.
She will.
yeah,
Well, y'all, I think we can say that the mission in Acadia was successful.
You guys have no idea how tired we were at this point.
So we know
We were,
We were
I think, what?
like,
Exactly.
I think we were, what, 9 hours? 9 hours
Yeah.
fishing?
dicking around in
Yeah.
little creeks.
9 hours fishing and
Yep.
another,
Came out with the mission Singular.
I think we were
Six.
up for 12 hours at this
An
point,
Arcadia
right?
brook trout.
Because between
Yeah,
the driving and getting
we did
food,
just that.
I think it was actually, I think it was more. I think it was like
That
14.
was
So yeah,
amazing,
the
yeah,
whole
that was
situation
good.
here is that Jeff came up to see me at my internship university, which was the University of Maine in Orono, which is outside of Bangor.
Yeah,
And we drove,
yeah.
Fish.
and we got up and we
Really?
drove from
Look at that.
Orono all the way down to
Look at that.
Acadia,
Are we about
and
to
we're
go fish for
still
fish?
at Eagle Lake
Oh man.
at like 7 a.m.
Dude,
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying.
And then we're on the other end of this. This was now like 5, 6 p.m.
It got dark while we were here. We walked out in the dark.
We walked
And then-
out during sunset. It wasn't like truly dark yet because we got
here's
to
this.
another location after this, and it was
For
still
those of you who
kind of
are
light
wondering,
out.
Don't know or have never been to Acadia before. Yes, we are catching brook
This is
trout,
the coolest part
a
right
very,
here,
very
in my opinion.
sensitive freshwater fish at the end of a stream
Look at that awful
that is
casting.
not moving very fast, that is flowing out of here into the Atlantic Ocean.
Yep.
Yeah,
Brook
this
trout.
creek was literally 15
Gulf of
maybe
Maine is right there.
15, 25 feet from the ocean.
And brook trout are usually touted as being super sensitive fish. So when we ended up catching them here in a stream that is probably tidal to some extent,
Oh, dude, that was perfect.
you're just it's like, how?
Something is wrong
This-
with them if you don't get a fish on this.
But this
Apparently
is
some-
also the adaptability of a char. I think char can survive these kind of conditions where probably the only fish in that pool was brook
It
trout.
was just brookies.
Oh, yeah.
See, there's
This is me seeing something again, being like, "Ooh, I just saw something. I'm going to cast for it."
yeah, you did the exclamation part again. Right?
What? What the
I
hell?
literally just spot casted that one.
I'm not even set up. And he just brings it over to me because I'm like not even tied on or anything, and
I'm just sitting there chatting.
No joke. I casted this under the pine tree,
I believe you.
hit it instantly.
I believe you.
which pine tree?
Look at him.
Yeah, right?
Man, these things are gorgeous.
Look at where I got him.
Oh, you little shit.
I got him perfectly square in the beans.
Oh my! Look how aggressive he took that.
These things are just, like, they're just gorgeous.
Ow, ow, ow. He just stabbed me with my own hook.
Yeah, so what you guys aren't seeing here is the fish proceeded to start to flip out, and he stabbed me in my finger with the
This is-
point of the hook,
this
and I
is
was
absurd.
afraid I was going to get the barb, and I was going to have to cut the hook to get the fish released.
Just gone. This is absurd.
And then you go up here and you cast underneath the
This is-
tree like
this is
right
absurd,
after me,
okay.
and you get another one. And this was like
Yeah.
the biggest one of the trip was underneath from this tree.
I don't
And
know.
I'm right. This was
Oh,
absurd.
that was garbage.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Hmm.
Do better, me.
Well, you were also dealing with a rod that couldn't cast worth a darn.
No, because they weren't heavy enough. The little
I don't
jigs on
know.
it.
Yeah.
I don't think this caddis is that good of a cop. There's no way, right?
My fly tying skills have gotten a lot better.
Yeah, we both have. Oh, and by the way, I got some primo materials yesterday.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Buddy of mine accidentally smacked a rabbit, and he gave me the feet to process. So,
Nice. I'm
and
excited.
they're snowshoe feet. So
Got one. Oh,
Yep.
he's pulling hard, dude.
this was the big one.
No, but he's pulling.
So-
This
he-
was definitely
he's
one of the
on there
biggest
good.
ones. I think this was what, 11?
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah.
was like actually trout
Come here.
sized trout. So
He got you with the hook.
yep. And see the stupid thing now because I'm done at Paul Smith's now. So I'm like looking at these trees and we're just like, oh yeah, I was under that pine tree over there, and I'm just like, that's not a
Didn't start
pine
that
tree.
way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like just from that in the top
Oh
corner,
my, dude,
the top
this one's
top left
gorgeous.
corner there, I'm like, that's a balsam fir. That's not a pine tree.
I'll
but
come to you because I gotta come over to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
cool
This
maybe
one
too.
wasn't exactly
That's what I
the
thought.
smartest. He kept running himself into the weeds and like grounding himself, and was like, "Dude, swim out into the deeper water."
He stuck himself.
Yeah.
He was
This is Jeff
aggressive,
down there.
aggressive feeder, but not the smartest.
Okay, so what's the?
Yeah.
Are we 4-4 right now?
Yep.
For hookups, yeah.
For catches.
No, because I've only caught.
No, or 4 and 3. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 and 3.
Until. Or is this my 5th? Yeah, that's your 4th.
Yo, that's a good one, dude. Holy shit.
Like you
Where's the net?
instantly start running over.
Right here. I got it.
And that B-roll camera is long dead. I mean, that B-roll camera's been dead for what? An hour?
An hour.
2 hours?
And you know what you said to me the last time we watched this?
Yep.
And I kind of see it now after we've watched it here again. Is just running through all this long grass. How did neither of us get any ticks?
That is comparable.
Yeah, that was crazy. How we never got any ticks doing this was absolutely wild.
Because I'm wearing shorts in this, so
I'm wearing jeans and short socks and shoes, like Converse shoes.
We've still got 10 minutes left in the course of what would be. Dude, she took right off.
So that 10 minutes comment has to do with we said that we're probably going to spend 3
4 and 4.
hours here and
Let's
see how
go.
many we could catch.
Caddisfly has 6 trout though.
That's true.
Caddisfly has 6 trout.
Yeah, I was super proud of this caddis. I think I still actually have this caddisfly somewhere. I don't think I actually lost it.
And I'm okay with that.
I still have this caddisfly somewhere.
I saw it hit. I put one good.
And the
so
thing
proud
is,
of
it wasn't really that great of a tie. It was kind of like, it barely floated, but I guess the fish were just taking it because it looked cruddy and buggy, and I guess the trout were into that day.
You're so proud of yourself in this one right here.
He was using it to take some B-roll shots today.
Oh, I was so proud of that caddisfly that day. I felt like a hero.
You know what?
You're the
Because
win.
I think without that caddisfly, we would have caught maybe 4.
Yeah. And now the wind is picking up here, so we're having more trouble with the fly rod. But
Yeah.
Ooh, fish. Strip. I got it. It's little, but it is a fish. Oh my god.
And that's the problem with wait forward line. That was not
Yep.
Brian's fault or my fault. That was wait forward line, and we instantly got the fish back in the water.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, hence the oh my god that happened when I saw that.
Oh my god,
Literally.
dude.
This is the beauty of the pond.
Oh my god. I don't want to lose that because I need to take a picture of that.
This is the beauty of the pond.
The picture needs to happen now.
Dude, you know what it looks like?
That looks like
It has
looks like the art on the front cover of a fishing novel.
yes,
Yeah.
but also
Yeah,
you see
pretty
that
much.
lobing on the side.
Yes.
It's not, and I'm not saying this because it's not. That it has almost a McLeod pattern on the side of it.
This thing is
Almost.
by
But
far
McLeod is a rainbow
the most
strain,
gorgeous
but it
Yeah.
does
trout
a little bit look like
man has
that.
ever seen
This
in our
is-
entire lives.
This is oh my god.
This
dude.
is what storybooks are made of.
This fish is absolutely gorgeous.
And you mean you
Look
can't deny it. Look at the colors on that. That fish
It's got-
was beautiful.
Oh my
Be free.
Come on,
Can you
And it
imagine
took
what
right
that fish grew up to? Like if we went back to that
He's
pool,
tired.
if we tried to catch
There
that same
there he
fish,
goes.
Well, you know what that sounds like to me? To me, that
He's gonna
sounds
just-
like
yeah, he's gonna chill there.
there may need
There
to
it
be a
goes.
part
He
2.
decided
So
not to
y'all
go
should
on.
comment and say if you want us to try and do this again.
Dude,
I mean, I got this pinpoint saved in my
Yeah, just
map.
one
We
more.
can
Yeah,
always
make
go
5 more.
back.
I have to.
Yeah.
And
you
it's
gotta make
it's
5
blue
more.
line. So how many people are gonna go and actively fish this pool? You know.
Yep.
We got 5 minutes to make it still in 3 hours.
'Cause
I don't know why
I don't think you guys realize this. This was a worse hike to get to than the second spot we went to.
Okay.
This was like
Yep.
almost
Make it
half a
10
mile of
minutes,
hiking
3
into the
hours.
woods before we even saw any semblance of a creek.
In one cast, though.
I don't know.
I don't know why
that-
we're so
that sounds
fixated
like
on
a
that
challenge.
3-hour thing.
But he's
but
already accepted it by saying it,
whatever.
so.
It was motivation.
Yeah, right. Challenge accepted. I did that through the wind. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And I let that literally drift right down in front of the tree, and I think I was a little disappointed here that I should say I was a little bit more than disappointed that I let that drift right down around in front of that tree, and then a fish literally hit as I picked it up. Like I don't know if you guys saw that on the screen there, but there's a little blip where
Yeah.
there's a fish that rose
think
right
so
at the
too.
moment that I lifted the fly.
Which is unfortunate, but well, you know.
Take my shot.
We're past the 3 hours, but I really want to see us make it so that we went fish for fish.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the reason that we were on that 3 hours thing was because of the fact we had to drive all the way back to Orono.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I did not have my fly rod up here with me the whole summer, so
No, I had the Dick's Sporting Goods special.
You still caught a trout on it, so I'd say mission success there.
Yeah.
I just had to bring the tactical advantage, you know. I mean, look how much that water cleared up when the dog and the family and all that weren't there, like tearing the place
Aw.
apart.
Yeah. It was a great little flow in this creek. So.
It had some deep pockets where fish could hide. Like
Oh my
we couldn't
God.
even see them.
Oh, you saw that right there. That was the one,
You
and it
monster.
popped off.
No, it didn't pop off. I had them.
That's why I did.
Dude.
There's no way I caught one better. I think I caught one.
This is where I get petty a little
It's
bit.
smaller, so it has more defined patterning on it.
Yeah,
That doesn't matter. I think I win.
Yo.
we always have these petty competitions. So who caught it bigger? Who caught the more pretty one?
Absolutely.
You guys will have to tell us in the comments down below. A lot of time we don't take pictures of fish anymore. We don't actually get like this kind of picky. Now you see us, we release them. We don't
Why is
even do
that?
anything about it. I think with this one, it double hooked itself through the lip and it bent the hook in a weird way, which I
Yeah,
don't even
you
know how that
pliers.
happened. So that's why I had those pliers, is
There you
because
go.
I was actually bending the hook straight
He's
to get
raised
it
up
out.
and he's taken off. So he's just gonna need a little bit to recuperate from that, but
And that is 5 and 5. So
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did end up tying it up, but you technically still won 4 to 5 because I caught mine outside of the 3 hours.
Mission brook trout.
I don't know why we were on that, but
We went fish for fish.
Everything's got to be a competition
Couldn't
between
ask
us,
for
you know.
anything better.
look how burned your neck is.
Oh my god, I was hurting. I think I actually laid on an
That's
ice pack when I got
7
back
for the
to
Elkhart
the
Caddy.
dorm we were staying in.
Yeah, you grabbed a bag, put a bunch of ice in it, and shoved it under your neck while you were laying on the bed.
Oh, it was so uncomfortable. I was just in screaming pain. And to this day, I still haven't learned from that. I still wear freaking no sunscreen at all. It's
And it is the presentation.
I knew you were in pain, but for me, the funniest part was the giant line on
So,
your neck
We're gonna pack it up here
from you wearing your keys like that.
I feel
Oh,
like we've both
man.
used brook trout enough.
I didn't even notice that till now, but yeah, that must have really sucked.
And I know we don't have a lot of time left in the day, but it is just.
I think
enough
if we
time
had our waders
to
and
try
we
and tackle
were actually
mission
prepared
number
for
2,
this,
landlocked salmon.
um,
So
with
when we
both
get
of
to
our
our
trout
spot,
gear,
we'll turn you guys back.
I think we would have ventured a little farther up creek to see if there were some other pools that we could like dip flies into.
All right, y'all. So
Because I think if we were dipping midges a little higher up in the pool,
we're ending
I think
this
we would
day
have actually
in
caught some
Acadia the
giants
same
in
way we
there.
started.
Because if those little ones are there, there's
Back
definitely bigger
here
ones.
at Eagle Lake to
Yeah,
finish the day out.
and this is we end where we start.
We're
So
just gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, we
Good
ended
little
where we
B-roll,
started.
No chest mounts. It's just gonna be
no cameras or anything, just
enjoying
us having a
this
good
little bit of
time.
that we have here before
Yep.
Jeff has to go home and I have to finish my internship. So
It's another
I
10-hour
think we
drive
showed it,
home.
but I hope you enjoy.
I just can't believe that I drove 10 hours out to you and then 10 hours back.
Well, it wasn't
I
like-
think that's also the reason why we use this in our intro sequence a lot, is just because this holds
There's
such a
so-
special moment in time in our channel. You know, this was a lot of
This was the
planning and a lot of dedication.
This was the first like really big thing that we did. So, hanging. I remember.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even realize I had that stupid graphic error. Oh, no. Now I'll never not see it.
It was 3 years ago. So,
Ugh. Still sloppy.
So that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. I really hope that you enjoyed the videos that I was able to make here in Maine, and despite the ups and downs, I had a really good time making them. Got to see some really amazing places, and got to show you guys some really cool fish, some really beautiful ones, some that you'd seen before, some that maybe you hadn't, but this is it. Jeff goes home tomorrow, and I go home next week, so I hope you guys enjoy.
I didn't
this
wanna
little
leave.
sunset.
I didn't want to
I
leave
love
either. I wanted to give it one more
Hopefully,
day.
Sometime soon we'll get to do something else like this, so keep an eye out for that. See you later.
We hope you guys enjoyed.
I mean,
God, dude, that.
this was just such a special video.
Yeah.
I think I spent a week and a half editing this.
It took you until I got home to
Yeah.
finish. Yeah.
And like I was also doing other videos in between trying to like fill in the gap while I was working on this because I was just trying to be so meticulous about it. I think
Well, the
another
thing-
part of another part of the delay though is I left one of my SD cards with you and I forgot.
You did. You left your B-roll SD card with me, and the thing was that the other 3 videos that were as part of this series, Journey Through the Northwoods, I did myself, and they took a while because I was in the school dorm trying to put these together.
With dorm
But-
internet.
Yeah, but this one, I was doing the final project and everything, and I had no time. I was not going to be able to get it done, so I sent all the footage with Jeff. I sent him all my SD cards home with him, and I even sent the fishing rods and baits and lures and stuff home with him because I wasn't able to fly them home.
Yeah.
So he took all of it back, and then I'm looking at my desk.
Minus
I
one of
see-
my SD cards.
I see this SD card sitting on my desk, and I'm like, oh, that's probably important.
Yeah, that was a fail. But I think that's a majority of why you don't see a lot of B-roll in this video is I think you got me the B-roll footage because you came down and you filmed another thing with me. I think that was
Yeah.
for my birthday, right? You came
Yep.
down for my birthday and you
Yep.
you brought the film down with you. It was
Yeah, I
like,
did.
oh, this video is scheduled to go out in like 2 days, and I had to quickly like reassemble the whole video with some B-roll in it. So it's like, uh-oh.
But I mean, tell us what you think about this. It's something that we've never done before. If you want to see us do it for anything else, I mean, feel free.
Oh my God. Imagine if they asked us to go over our first salmon fishing video that was so freaking rough.
Why are you giving them ideas? I'm kidding, but
Yeah.
but I also thought that I would I've been gone for a while, and I know you guys have probably noticed that. And the big reason for that was school, but the other reason for that was because of kind of career training that I've been doing. And I've gotten into a different realm of wildlife stuff than just fish. I've been dabbling and learning about falconry. So I don't have my license yet, but I have been doing work with a whole bunch of different things. I've been doing banding studies and everything like that. And my plan for my return was to create a video showing you all the things that I had done. So if you want me to include that, then I will. I'll make it, I'll put it up, and that'll be that. And then if you guys end up liking it, then I can include that part of my life as part of this too, if you guys so enjoy it. But I figured I'd tell you guys that and see what we think. So
And I won't say I've been nagging, but I've been in conversation with Brian this whole time, and between the fly tying videos and a couple other odds and ends, and honestly, me and Brian have both been out several times this year, and neither one of us have caught our first fish of 2025 yet. It's been really depressingly slow.
it's been bad. Yeah.
Between weather, timing, work, schedule, like, I haven't had a lot of time to get out there and get into fish. I'm hoping to turn that around. Me and Brian definitely going to be trying our hardest in our respective areas. Kind of more of like a Q&A thing is me and Brian, we lived together for the first year and a half of this channel.
Yep.
We were living under the same roof while we were attending University of Buffalo.
And I guess that's kind of another reason why we chose this video, because this was the last video before we moved apart. So
Yeah, this was the last time in which we actually were still living together. So we haven't we'll visit each other, we'll stay at each other's houses, but neither one of us have lived together since this video.
Which isn't meant to make anybody sad. It's not like we're not trying to do anything like that, but it has been a really big reason as to why stuff has been slower coming. So
Yeah, we thought being apart, we were going to be able to like film 2 different areas in New York and do a whole bunch of additional content. But then, life happened,
life did happen. Yeah.
and we've been a little crunched for time. And you've noticed there's been weeks where we'll go like a week without a video here and there. And it's not because we're not trying to make something for you guys. It's just we get caught up, and sometimes the videos just seem to fall short. And it doesn't mean that we don't like doing them. Doesn't mean that we don't want to continue doing them. Just sometimes it happens.
Yep. But, hopefully we're going into something a little bit better here in the future. So, if you made it to the end, thank you. Really thank you that you watched the whole thing through. This is the first time we've done anything like this. So, thank you for making it all the way to the end. And let me know if you want to see my birds, because I'd certainly love to show them to you. So,
I know they're such sweethearts. And if you guys enjoy this kind of content, and you want to see us go over some of our older videos or anything else along these lines, feel free to let us know. We're more than willing to step in and do these kind of things. This is really fun for us, and I truly hope that you guys have enjoyed it. And tight lines, everybody. I mean, that's all I got left to say.
Yep.